Hey yo guys, how's everyone doing? This is your guy, Assassin Dave. League of Legends Wild Rift is rolling out like a hot summer wave of fireballs. After talking to a lot of pro players and competitive players, I realized quite a bunch of them are getting ready to jump ship. Now, as subjective as Dave can be, I decided to come out and spread the truth for the community. Here are the 3 reasons why you should stay in Mobile Legends.
Just for the thrill of it, nothing counterfeit with you, just the thrill of it.
The first and the most obvious reason is a complication that comes with League of Legends Wild Rift. If you have not seen my comparison video, make sure to check it out now. Now let's first talk about the controls in Wild Rift. You have almost double the active buttons you have to click all the time. Double, my dude. I mean, unlike Mobile Legends, every single hero in Wild Rift has 4 skills, and you are gonna start with an active items as well. Oh, come on. Now, not mentioning how unfair this is for people with fat fingers like me, the fact that they kept almost everything League of Legends PC version has and just directly moved to mobile shows how lazy this production is. And the fact it still took them years to roll out this product showed how little emphasis Riot is putting into the game. This might be one of those games that you will never hear back from the customer service if your account is lost or got hacked. Or when there is a big bug in the game, but you won't see the bug being fixed until maybe next season starts. In addition, Wild Rift is also moving almost every single aspect of League of Legends PC version into mobile. Now for those few who played League of Legends before, this is great news. But for the vast majority of viewers out there, you probably never played League of Legends before. So what does this mean? This means if you touch League of Legends Wild Rift, your head will probably explode or get kicked in the butt by the biggest MOBA database ever. For example, instead of a simple turtle or sea turtle, whatever you want to call them, that gives you a shield and some experience in gold, it's now replaced by multiple different colored dragons. Each grants a different bonus for the same team. On top of it, this dragon will upgrade as time goes in the game. Oh, and guess what? The Lord in ML is replaced by something called Baron in League of Legends Wild Rift, and killing that thing gives you something completely different from ML as well. Moreover, Wild Rift, similar to League of Legends PC version, has a much bigger map compared to Mobile Legends. Rotating from lane to lane takes a much longer time than ML. Ganking mechanic will be completely different from the current 5-minute mid ML rotation as well. You will have to place vision wards at the right time at the right place in order to gain more information around the map. And if you don't know what vision wards are, well, too bad. But let me put it in a simple term. They're basically your tank players in ML, but stationary. I can continue to talk about mechanics such as last hitting, buying items exclusively at base that exists in League of Legends Wild Rift. The point I'm trying to make here is, if you never touched League of Legends PC version, coming from ML requires a huge knowledge boost, and most of us are just not ready for it. So is League of Legends Wild Rift really optimized for mobile? Maybe gameplay experience, maybe better graphics, but for player habits and simple nature that are required for successful mobile games, I highly doubt it. Number 2. If you have not heard, Mobile Legends Project Next is coming out soon. What is Project Next? In short, it includes a bunch of classic hero reworks. I highly doubt they will be viable in competitive games after the rework, but at least you won't be called troll anymore in lower elo. And some in-game experience have been upgraded as well. I'm still waiting for some more details on that aspect, but it looks pretty promising. The most interesting thing about this update is how the developers are shifting the role of tanks in the game. In contrast to other MOBA, mlbb's tank will be played more like fighters now. And with that being said, we might see more Katakaja, Hilda, or even Bellman side lane. On the same token, tank item prices have been significantly reduced, which means it's much easier to soak up damage without feeding after the update starts to roll out. I think this change is very thoughtful, because I've always been a big proponent for more tank users in the game. With this direction change from the developers, I think the vision will finally be realized. Another great news is a possible solo queue ladder. After my recent conversations with the developers, I have finally gained some confidence and solid answers in this specific proposal. The survey I did on my YouTube community post showed me that majority of you guys are like me, lonely, all by yourself playing this game in your corner of loneliness. Well, don't worry, your prayer will possibly be answered What is the solo queue ladder gonna look like, you may ask? Well, to give you an idea, basically everyone in the ladder is only allowed to play solo queue. So no more you got matched with a noob trio and enemies like a 3+2 5-man team anymore. And once you step into the game, your name tag will be fully covered, will be fully censored, so no one can see your name. Your opponent or your teammates won't know who you are until the game ends. You will solely be judged by the content of your skill instead of being trolled just because someone dislikes you or something like that. If you support this idea, make sure to smash the like button and also like my pinned comment in the comment section with hashtag #UltimateBattleSolo so we can push the developers to come out with this much needed feature faster. One more thing about Project Next. It shows how much the developers of Moonton actually cares about their customers, their players. They're constantly trying to make the game environment better for the users. Like I mentioned in my comparison video versus League of Legends Wild Rift, Moonton is a much smaller company, relatively speaking to Riot, but they're doing their absolute best to give players the best environment possible. I mean, that is commendable. Last but not the least, being a professional player for a different MOBA a year back, League of Legends Wild Rift current release pattern has given me a lot of deja vu, resemblance of Arena Valor released 2 years ago. For example, they're taking their sweet time rolling out the game instead of just rolling out a test version much faster. I know a lot is on the line for them. I mean, Riot's reputation is not easily to be joked around with. The thing is here, as I have mentioned multiple times on stream, a large amount of ML success is attributed to their decisiveness and early takeover of the market share. Mobile game is a much more social game than PC games. People play it lots of time not because certain game is just absolutely the best. They play it because their friends and family members play it. And the longer League of Legends Wild Rift takes, the more time it gives Moonton to develop possible market strategies to keep their core players. So if you have never played League of Legends PC version, by the time mobile version actually comes out, the chances are most people will become too lazy to move over anyways. Company structure-wise, League of Legends Wild Rift is developed by Riot, who is owned by Tencent, a Chinese telecom company, a Chinese telecom giant. Big companies like Tencent tend to have complicated corporate structure and hierarchies, which make it impossible to get anything done, to be honest. Their own overseas version of the mobile MOBA, Arena Valor, suffer from this hierarchy severely. Extremely delayed rollout, unfulfilled promises due to corporate changes and so on. Not only hurt the players' feelings, but most importantly, hurted the content creators, lots of whom took a huge hit in the stomach for their channels, including mine. And League of Legends Wild Rift might seem like a promising game just like AOV, but the very enemy Wild Rift has might be their own developers. Is it gonna be something different? It's hard to say. But Moonton, as a much smaller independent company, has a much smaller corporate indecision problem. If they see something that can be worked on or can be fixed or have to be fixed, it's much easier for Moonton to get it done than a well-established studio like Riot, who is controlled by an even bigger giant Tencent. And you know the common saying that we want to support the underdogs? Well, Mobile Legends is hardly an underdog in SEA market. But on the developer side, comparing to Riot, yeah baby, Moonton is 100% the underdog here. Another aspect that you need to know is League of Legends Wild Rift is basically just League of Legends PC, but on mobile. So instead of the exquisite graphics and all the heroes available on PC, it's a cramped graphics on a mobile device and with a tiny selected hero pool for now, and maybe a very slow rollout of the rest. If you have the time to watch content for the heroes on Wild Rift, why not just watch the PC counterparts? It's almost exactly the same when we talk about build and emblems, but much more details to watch and so on. Now, this hidden truth is very bad news for content creators who seek to make content for Wild Rift. When Wild Rift first rolled out, you might have lots of curious eyes looking at the game, especially PC League of Legends players who want to see how can they possibly move such a complicated game onto mobile. But once the curiosity dies down, there's no absolute must-have reason for a custom PC League of Legends player to move over to Wild Rift. Like, why would I torture myself on a mobile device when I'm already used to set a certain amount of time aside daily to play League of Legends on PC? And as I mentioned in pointer 1, the current mobile version of the game might be way too complicated for you first-time MOBA ML players out there. So you might go try it out and simply just never touch it again. Now to summarize, just being pretty, have a big title, or a famous developer doesn't make a game good. That has been proven many times. The game itself make the game good. And the current alpha test for Wild Rift triggers a lot of red lights for players and content creators like me. Really think twice before you take the risky leap into the unknown. Now obviously, there are many other reasons why someone would stay in Mobile Legends, such as time and money already invested into the game. And most importantly, the simping culture, the love for the simping culture for fake girl ML players that use fake girl pictures in the game. I mean, it's just crazy, but I'm not gonna list every single one of the reasons out there. The point here is ML is a great game that provides a lot of happiness, memories, and opportunities all around the world. If you're a veteran ML players, make sure to stay in Mobile Legends. This is Assassin Dave, the owner and president of Dave Academy, signing out.
Just for the
Wait. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn the notification bell on to all notifications because YouTube does not recommend my video whatsoever. So make sure you turn on to all notifications and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye now.
just for the thrill of it. Nothing counterfeit with you.